So in this lecture we are going to see how to find compound interest using formula. There is a specified formula for finding the compound interest after a certain time. Okay, so the concept is same. What we have already learned, that in compound interest we calculate the interest on an added principal, means we do not take the initial principal, we keep on adding the interests, then we calculate the next year's or next term's interest. Again, after the adding that interest to the principal, we get an amount that we use to find the interest of the next year. In this way we have seen how the interest gets compounded in compound interest. In the last exercise what we have done is that we did it manually. We calculated the interest, we added it, then we found the principal for the next year, means after getting the amount it was the principal for the next year or next term, whatever you say. Then on that we calculated the interest. But here we will see that there is an easy formula for finding the interest, not interest, we will directly find the amount, then after subtracting the initial principal from the amount we will get the compound interest. Okay, so see, the first let us see the basic formula and a few basic sums today. See what they are saying, what is the formula. So compound interest using formula. See, the formula we know already, that the formula for simple interest is simple interest equal to principal into rate into time divided by 100. This is just a recapitulation where the time is always taken in years. Here the t, which is the time, we write in short, we write p or t by 100. So this t is the time which we always take in years. If it is given in months also, then we divide by 12 to convert it into year. Okay, and the rate is always taken per annum, means here also year, here also per year. Okay, per annum means per year only. So this we do in simple interest, in case of simple interest. Okay, there is no hard and fast rule that you will have to take the time in years and per annum only. If you take the time in months, then you take the rate per month. In this way this two should have the same unit. Okay, means here year, then here also year, here month, here also month, in this way. Okay, this was for simple interest. Now for compound interest we first find the amount. In case of simple interest we directly get the simple interest. Okay, but in case of compound interest there is no way of getting the compound interest directly. We get the amount first. Okay, and we know if we subtract the principal from the amount we will get the compound interest. See, so the formula for finding amount is A equal to P whole into 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power n. Okay, now what do these initials mean? A stands for amount, P stands for the principal, the initial principal with which you are going to start the sum. R stands for the rate of interest for the term. I am coming to this point, what is the meaning of this term. And n equal to number of terms. Now see what the term means. Here if you are given that the interest is compounded annually, then you are going to take the rate per annum, means your term will be 1 year you will consider the term. Okay, and here number of terms also will be the number of years. Okay, now if you are given that you need to calculate the compound interest, means the compound interest will be taken or compounded half yearly, then in that case your term will be half years. Okay, in that case n should be in half years, means if you are given the question in year you will multiply it by 2. Okay, then you will get the number of terms. Suppose you are given that the interest is being compounded for 2 years, so in 2 years there are 4 half years, so you will multiply 2, and in that case rate must be in half year. Okay, that I meant here, that the rate should be in the term of term, and the term also is the term number of terms is only called the n. Okay, it will be more clear when we will do the sums. This is the formula. Now this gives us the amount. Then how to get the CI? So the CI is given by A minus P. Okay, means the amount you will get after the certain term at a certain rate. Then if you subtract this principal from this amount, you are going to get the compound interest. Okay, so compound interest equal to, now someone writes it like this also, they put the formula of the amount here and p. So if we take p common, then in bracket we can get this part, from this term you will get this part, and minus p is already taken in common, so 1. But I will not use this formula in general because this becomes a bit complicated. I will first find the amount in different sums, and then I will subtract the principal from the amount. Okay, this you just keep in mind. Okay, now this is the main formula. Okay, but there are few things which we will have to keep in our mind while doing the sums. Suppose in case of manual things also, you have seen that in some cases they give you successive rates, means they give that the rate for the first year will be 6%, rate for the second year will be 7%, and so on, they give you like this. Then what will you do in that case? See, if they tell you that the rates for the terms, suppose they tell R1 rate is there for the N1 terms, R2 for N2 terms, and R3 for N3 terms, then the formula is like this: A equal to P into, P will be here 1 plus R1 by 100 whole to the power N1, 1 plus R2 by 100 whole to the power N2, 1 plus R3 by 100 whole to the power N3. What does this mean? Suppose you are told that you have a rate of 6% for 2 years, suppose. Okay, the interest is being compounded annually, বছরে বছরে compound করা হচ্ছে, and they tell আর পরের 3 years এর জন্য suppose they tell you that the rate is 7%. তো এখানে এটা দরকার হবে না. Then what you will do, you will take the principal, here you will write 1 plus 6 by 100 whole to the power 2, কারণ 6% টা 2 বছরের জন্য, ঠিক আছে. আর here you will write 1 plus 7 by 100 or whatever rate is given 3 বছরের জন্য, suppose next 3 years এর জন্য, so whole to the power 3. Then you do the calculation, you will get, means what we are doing in case of a single rate, we will take the whole thing under the power. Okay, means under the total number of terms. But here if they give you that the rate changes after a certain time, that it may be 1 year, 2 years, whatever, so you will just change the formula accordingly. Okay, next what modification should be done? See now what the rate is saying, I have already mentioned it. See, if they say that the rate is given in terms of years, okay, means if the rate is given in years, means if you are given with per annum rate, but you will have to find half year's interest, means the interest will be compounded half yearly, or the interest will be compounded quarterly. Quarterly means after each 3 months. Okay, so then that in that case you are going to divide the rate by 2 when it is given for half year, and you are going to divide the rate by 4 when it is for quarter. If it is already given in half year and quarter, there is no need to divide. Okay, but if they give it in per annum, which is done in most of the questions, then you will divide it by 2 to get the per half year's rate, and you will divide it by 4 to get the per quarters rate, and eventually you are going to divide it by 12 if they ask you for months rate. Okay, because you are not going to pay for the whole year if it is given for a month or a quarter. No, it is a general concept, so don't forget to change the rate. Next what comes is we will have to think about the terms. See, generally in the questions they give you the term, means the time in years, but it is okay when the interest is compounded annually. Then if the interest is compounded annually, then n is equal to the number of years, because the number of years we have, the number of it is equal to the number of terms. But if they say that the compound interest is calculated per half year, okay, then what is happening, in each year the compound process is being done twice. Okay, so in that case you will have to multiply the number of years by 2. Okay, that means you will have to find the number of half years. Just be careful about these things, the sums are very easy. Okay, now if they tell you the compound is done quarterly, then you multiply by 4, because quarter means 3 months, so in a year there are 4 sets of 3 months, na? So you multiply it by 4. And if it is said that the compound is done monthly, then you multiply by 12. You know that in a year there are 12 months, so if 1 year is given, you will take n as 12. If 2 year is given, you will take n as 2 into 12, that is 24, and so on. Okay, means accordingly you will have to adjust the rate and number of terms as per the question. If you are given with if it is given that the interest rate is calculated annually or yearly, then rate will be in per annum and n will be the number of years. If it is said that the interest is reckoned semi-annually or half yearly, then you are going to take per half year's rate. That means you will have to divide the annums rate by 2, and in case of number of terms, that is n, you will multiply the number of years by 2. If you are already given in half years, then do not change it. If you are given that 3 half years are there, so you are going to take 3 only. But in case you are given that there is 1.5 year, okay, then 1.5 year will give you 3 half years. Okay, okay, these things you will have to do. You will have to keep in mind all these things. Now let's come to the questions. Said in this question, this is a very basic question, just for your idea. Okay, you have already learned this type of sums in class 8 also, but the thing is you will have to get an idea of the same. So see what they are telling. Find the amount and the compound interest on rupees 8,000 for 4 years at 10% per annum, interest being reckoned annually. So what will be your first motto? You will have to understand the initials. Okay, what is P, what is N, what is R? If you can find all these things, then the question will be very easy, because there are a lot of questions in the exercise. You will think that all the questions are different, but no. If you can go into the question, you understand the question, then it is not very difficult. Okay, so see, first we will write down the things which are given to us. So we can see that 8,000 rupees the interest is calculated. So obviously this 8,000 is the principal. So we write given principal P equal to 8,000. Write the initials here only, or else you will not be able to use them afterwards. Then see, the time is given 4 years, but do not compare this time with n. N will be changing in every question. So 4 years is given. Since the interest is reckoned annually, now see, because the interest is reckoned annually, n will be 4 only for this question. But if it was given in semi-annual, then n would have changed. Okay, so n is 4. I think you got it. Rate of interest R is 10% per annum. We did not change it here. Per annum is okay, because our interest is being reckoned annually only. Then we have got all the things, the principal, the time, number of terms, that is N and R. Okay, now it is the time for finding amount. Don't think about the compound interest now. So amount A, first write here amount, then in bracket you write A equal to, we know this formula. Okay, we are putting this. Now put the values. So in place of P we are putting 8,000 into 1 plus R means 10 by 100 whole to the power 4, because N is 4 here. Now what is there? See, be careful about the calculation here, because sometimes the calculation becomes too tough for this type of sums. So here we can see this 10 and this 100, 0 will be cancelled from the numerator and denominator. So cancel it. So now what is remaining? 1 plus 1 by 10. So if you take the LCM, it will be 11 by 10 whole to the power 4. Now I am expanding this one. So this is rupees 8,000 into 11. This one is coming. Now see, I can cut 3 zeros from here and 3 zeros from here. Now someone will feel that this here it will be cut by 4. Here means if we cut by 2, here it will come 4. Here it will come 5. But that will increase your labor. Why? See, when you will get 4 here, you will have to multiply 4 into 11 into 11 into 11 into 11. Then again you will have to divide it by 5. So do not disturb this 10 here. You just multiply 8 into 11 into 11 into 11 into 11 and just remove shift the decimal point. You will get the answer. So we see that this one is coming after adjusting. So 11 into 11, we know it is 121. So 8 into 121 into 121. Let the 10 be here like this only. So after multiplying this 3, you will get 117128 by 10. Now it is very easy. I know you will think that we can cut, but it will increase your labor. Don't do that. So here the preference decimal point is, you just shift it. Okay, so this will be 11712.10. 8, but you will think why this 0, because we know in the case of money we always skip 2 decimal places. Now this is the amount. Okay, now what is our motto? We will have to find the compound interest. So we started with rupees 8,000. Okay, and we got the amount as 11,712.80. so the extra amount is the compound interest. Therefore the compound interest CI equal to A minus P. Done. So A minus P means A minus P, you are putting it here and you just subtract it to get this one. It is a very easy subtraction because 8,000 means you just subtract 3,000 from 8,000 from here. So 3,712.80 will be remaining. Thus at last you will be writing the answer that the required amount is this one and the required compound interest is this one. This was a very basic sum, but we will see the application of this type of sums also in the next questions. Okay, let's go to the next question. If the interest is compounded half yearly, calculate the amount when the principal is rupees 7,400, the rate of interest is 5% and the duration is 1 year. So the first highlighting comment is that the interest is being compounded half yearly. Okay, so half yearly means here we will have to be very careful that the N, the R, these things should be taken properly. Okay, now they have told that we need to calculate the amount. Here they have not asked for the CI. We are going to calculate the amount, and when the principal is 7,400, they have just means a bit, they have reversed the question and given to confuse the students. Now they have given that the rate of interest is 5%. See, after 5% they have not mentioned any unit, but here we are going to take it, means if nothing is mentioned we are going to take it as per annum only. Okay, and the duration is 1 year, means the time is 1 year. So what are the things we will get from this? So given the principal P is 7,400, that is very easily given, it is easily seen from the question only. Now time is 1 year, but since the interest is compounded half yearly, in 1 year there are 2 half years, na? So the number of terms N will be 1 into 2, that is 2. Be careful here. Okay, again in case of rate, the rate of interest R is 5% per annum, but our interest is being compounded half yearly. We are not going to give the full year's rate percent for half year, so you will have to divide this 5 by 2. Therefore we will get 5 by 2 percent per half year. Do not change it to 2.5, else calculation will be difficult. Okay, now we have got all these things. Now put it in the formula, same like before. So amount A equal to, this is the main formula, put the value of P, 1 plus R is 5 by 2, and this 100 comes beside this 2 because it is in the denominator, and whole to the power 2 because number of terms were 2. Okay, means was 2, sorry. So 7400 into this one. Now see this LCM, this is 200. So this is 200 plus 5 whole divided by 200. I hope you understood this one. So now you do the calculation. So 7400 into 205 into 205 divided by 200 into 200, because whole square is there. So 2 terms will be coming. Now you cancel these 2 zeros with 2 zeros. Okay. Cancel how much is possible. Here I can see that maximum cancellation is possible. We can you can keep the tens if you want, you cannot. Now after cancelling everything we get 37 into 41 into 41 divided by 8. Nothing can be done. These are a bit difficult calculations only. You will have to multiply this one. In class 9 it is nothing, and divided by 8. Now you divide this one by 8, you are going to get 7774.625, means after dividing by 8 you will see that it will get terminated. It is not recurring. We know that when it is divided by 8 it never becomes recurring. Okay, so this one will be coming. Now we know that in case of money we are not going to keep 3 decimal places, so we will round it up. Okay, so here 2 up to 2 we will keep. So it is 5. So 5 or more we increase the last digit, so it will become 63. So 7774.63, that is rounded up to 2 decimal places. Therefore the recovery amount is 7774.63. Okay, these are all basic calculations. Here you will have to give your own concentration, but what is the main thing in this chapter, or what we will have to learn, what new is there, is that the rate should be divided by 2, and the time 1 year is given, but year is not our interest. Our interest is half year, so 2 half years are there. Okay, So this is, and here they have already told you to find the amount, so I have only found the amount, no need of finding the CI. I hope you have got this question also. Very interesting question. Actually, these are all the direct questions where different parameters are given. In the first question we saw it was given annually, in the next question we saw that it was given semi-annually, and here you see that it is given quarterly. Okay, now first the thing is that what is a quarter? Actually quarter means 3 months. Okay, see what the question tells. Find the amount and the compound interest on rupees 1 lakh compounded quarterly, means after every 3 months your interest will be added to the principal. Okay, for 9 months, the time is 9 months at the rate of 4% per annum. Done. Now see what should be done. So clearly it is given that the principal is 1 lakh. Okay, now the time is 9 months. Here you will have to think a bit. You think how many quarters are there in 9 months? 9 months means 3, 3, 3. So 3 quarters we were going to get. Okay, so since the compound interest is compounded quarterly, number of terms will be 3. This is very important, be careful. Okay, means if 9 months time, in 1 year how many quarters are there? 4. So 1 year means 12 months. 12 months, 3, 3, 3, 3 you are taking. So in 9 months, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. So if we are getting 3 quarters, means after 3 months your interest will be added, again after 3 months, again after 3 months. Okay, so the number of terms is 3. Done. The rate of interest is given to be 4% per annum, but here also be careful, we are not going to take annum because we are given that the interest is compounded quarterly. Okay, so we are going to divide this 4 by 4, because I said, I have already mentioned that when it will be given in annum, we will divide it by 4 because there are 4 quarters in 1 year to get the rate per quarter. So 1% per quarter. Done. We have got all these things. Now our answer is complete. Okay, just put the values and calculate. See, so amount A equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power n, we know. So put this value of principal 1 plus 1 by 100 whole to the power 3. Done. This is the term, this is the rate 1. Now the LCM will be coming to be 100 plus 1 by 100, that is 101 by 100. I have skipped one step here. So whole to the power 3 means 101 by 100, 100 by 1 by 100, 101 by 100, and this one. Now cancel how many zeros you can. So I am seeing here that 5 zeros from here and from here can be cancelled. Now do not disturb this 10. You cannot disturb it also. Just multiply this 3. You are going to get 1030301 by 10. Shift the decimal. You are going to get the answer, the amount you are going to get. So 1030330.1. And this 0 is extra because I need not mention, I think we have already said that in case of money we will be keeping 2 decimal places. Done. Now they have told you, means asked you the compound interest also. So what you are going to do, the compound interest is CI is A minus P, we know this one. So the value of A, this is the value of P, you just subtract, no need of subtracting also, we can see here only. So this is 3030.10. Okay, means 3030 and 10 paise. So the required amount is 103030.10 and the compound interest is 3030.10. This is our question. Actually these were the basic sums. Okay, means one I have taught you using annual scheme, another with half year scheme, another with this quarter scheme. Next sum, let us see what is this. They are telling find the difference between the simple interest and the compound interest on rupees 2500 for 2 years at 4% per annum, compound interest being reckoned semi-annually. In your book you will find the same type of question where the compound interest is reckoned annually. Nothing is there. Actually they have told you to find the difference. What you will do, you will find the simple interest separately, and like the previous questions you are going to find the compound interest separately. Now what the question will ask, I don't know. The question can tell that the compound interest will be calculated quarterly, annually, semi-annually. You need to be careful about that and calculate in that way. Okay, so in this question I have chosen this question because it is given in semi-annual pattern. So they have told that the simple interest is to be found and the compound interest is to be reckoned semi-annually. See, in case of simple interest there is nothing to do. In simple interest we will just put all the values and get the answer. No, we need not be tensed about it is being calculated half yearly, annually or whatever. So see, first we find the simple interest. To find the difference between simple and compound interests, first we give the heading simple interest and find the simple interest. Okay, the initials for the simple interest and the compound interest will be different, so write it separately. So here principal will be 2500, rate capital R we take is 4% per annum. I have already mentioned that in simple interest we will keep the rate in annum only. Time t is 2 years. Done. Now put all the things in the formula, you are going to get the simple interest. So simple interest SI equal to PAT by 100. We know that. You just put the values, cancel this, and you are going to get rupees 200. Done. This is the simple interest. This will be same for all the questions. Now comes the compound interest, because in compound interest we need to think whether it is reckoned semi-annually, quarterly or annually, and do accordingly. Okay, so now it is the time for finding the compound interest. So it is given that the principal P is 2500. Rate, here we use the initial smaller, okay, is 4% per annum, but our compound interest is being calculated half yearly, so it will be 2% per half year. We will divide the rate by 2. Okay, the time is 2 years, but n is not 2, because since interest is compounded semi-annually, number of terms n will be 2 into 2, 4, because in 2 years you will get 4 half years. No, in 1 year if there are 2 half years, in 2 years there will be 4 half years. So n is 4. Now you have got all the initials, you just put it in the formula. So amount A equal to P into this one, I need not repeat, I think. Just put the values 2500, 1, 2 by 100 whole to the power 4. Do the LCM carefully, see. Before doing the LCM, I have just cancelled 2 and 100 to get 1 by 50. So the LCM will be 50 plus 1 by 50, that is 51 by 50 whole to the power 4. So 2500 into 51 by 50, it will come for 4 times. Okay. Now cancel 2 zeros from here, and also 5 and 5, it will be cancelling out 25. Okay. Now do not disturb these 2 50s. Okay. You just multiply this whole thing, 4 51s. You will get this one, and in the denominator you are going to get 50 into 50. Now I have done one adjustment. What is the thing? Here you can divide this one by 2500. You will get the answer. But what I need here, 50 into 50 actually is 2500. Okay. I multiplied this by 4 so that I can get 10,000. So that we will just shift the points. Okay. মানে এখানে আমি জাস্ট অ্যাডজাস্টমেন্ট করেছি। এখানে যদি 4 ইনটু করে দিই তাহলে এটা 10,000 হয়ে যাচ্ছে, ওপরটাও 4 হয়ে গেল। নাও ইউ মাল্টিপ্লাই দিস 4, ইউ উইল গেট দিস ওয়ান। এবারে ডিভাইড করার ঝামেলাটা থাকছে না, তাহলে ইউ জাস্ট শিফট দ্য ডেসিমাল পয়েন্টস, তার মানে ইউ উইল গেট দি অ্যান্সার 2706.0824. This calculation you will have to do in your own method. I am giving you some suggestions, you choose the better way which you find. Okay, but be careful, বসে বসে ক্যালকুলেশন করতে করতে সব সময় নষ্ট করে ফেলবে না in this type of sums. So we have got the amount. Now the compound interest, we know that the amount minus principal. I have forgot to write this one. A minus P, you will have to write it here. Okay, so it gives you 206.0804. Leave it like this. Now the difference in CI and SI. So obviously CI is greater, so it will be kept at the front, and now minus SI. So it gives you 6.0804. But again we know in case of money we are not going to keep this 2, so 0 is not that much important here. So we just truncate this part and we are going to get 6.08. Therefore the required difference is rupees 6.08. Done. This is very easy, this is nothing new. Just you calculate the SI which you have already studied in class 5 and 6. Okay, and you just calculate the CI using the formula and just find the difference. Just be careful while finding the CI. You just have to see what the interest says. Is it semi-annually, is it half yearly, or is it annually, quarterly? Accordingly you are going to take the value. Principal will not change. You are going to take the value of R and N and just write the answer. After that you find this CI and SI's difference. Okay, easy question. Let's go to the question. Says find the compound interest on rupees 3125 for 3 years if the rates of interest for the first, second and third years are 4%, 5% and 6% respectively. This comes the question of successive rate. Okay, while you did without using the formula, what you used to do, for the first year you took the rate as 4, for the second year while calculating you took the rate as 5, for the third year while calculating you took the rate as 6. Same thing will be done, but what is the difference? If this was for a single rate, you would have taken whole to the power 3. Okay, but here 3 rates are given for 3 consecutive years, so we are going to take 1 1 1. Okay, see what is done. So principal is 3125, this is clear. Now the time is 3 years. Okay, But here is one difference. Here we are not going to take n, we are going to take 3 n's. When successive rates are R1 we are considering as 4%, R2 5% and R3 6%. For n1 equal to 1 means for 1 year, again for n1 n2 is again 1 year, n3 is again 1 year টার্মস রেসপেক্টিভলি। মিনস কি বলতে চেয়েছে, প্রথম বছরের রেট 4%, তারপরের বছর 1%, তারপরের বছর 1%। এবার দেখো এনগুলো 1 কেন হচ্ছে, বছর তো, তাহলে বছরে তো 1 থাকবে। এখন যদি আবার বলে দিত ওই হাফ ইয়ার তাহলে আবার 2 করে নিতে হতো। কিছু কিছু কোয়েশ্চেনে দেশে দ্যাট for first 2 years it is 4%, for next 3 years it is 5%। সেক্ষেত্রে প্রথম n1টা 2 নেবে, n2টা 3 নেবে, ঠিক আছে। কিন্তু দিস কোয়েশ্চেন ইজ ভেরি ইজি, সো 1 নিলে আমার হয়ে যাচ্ছে, ঠিক আছে। Now what we will do, we will just put in the formula a equal to, we know, p into 1 plus r1 by 100 whole to the power n1, r2 by 100 whole to the power n2, 1 plus r3 by 100 whole to the power n3. So 3125 into 1 plus 4 by 100 whole to the power n1 is এক বছরের জন্য, so 1 only, again this one also for 1 year only, that this one also for another 1 year only, ঠিক আছে। এই কোয়েশ্চেনটা দেখে মনে হবে কি দরকার ছিল 1 লেখার, but in some questions they give that for 2 years 3 years and 4 years, in that case প্রথমে 2 বছর নেবে, 3 বছর নেবে, 4 বছর নেবে, ঠিক আছে, if that type of question comes। Now just calculation, you just take the LCM, so this is 104 by 100, this is 105 by 100, this is 106 by 100, do not cancel here, then this will become a bit messy, so আমি সবকটাকে just 100ই রেখে দিয়েছি। তো 3125 এটা আসছে। এবার যতটা পারা যায় ক্যান্সেলেশন করেছি, করে আমি লাস্ট অবধি দেখতে পাচ্ছি একটা 100 পড়ে থাকছে, কারণ ইফ আই ট্রাই টু ক্যান্সেল দিস 100 উইথ দিস 5 অর দিস 100 উইথ দিস 5, কি হবে, নিচে না একটা 4 পড়ে থাকবে, এগেন দ্যাট প্রবলেম উইল অ্যারাইজ। নিচে যদি 4 পড়ে থাকে, যেটা উপরে পাবো আবার আমায় 4 দিয়ে ডিভাইড করতে হবে, তার থেকে ইউ বেটার কিপ দিস 100, ডু নট ডিস্টার্ব ইট। ওপরে যা যা থাকছে 5 13 105 53, ইউ জাস্ট মাল্টিপ্লাই দেম, you are going to get 361725 by 100, just shift the decimal, you are going to get the amount as 3617.25. So again I'm saying the calculation is up to you, but do the calculation wisely, okay? না হলে কোথায় খুঁজে পাবে না, একটা অঙ্ক করতে you are going to take 1 hour, okay? Be careful about that, be a bit choosy while doing the calculation, একটু মাথা খাটাবে ক্যালকুলেশন করার সময়ও, আচ্ছা, because you are not going to get calculators. So this one is coming to be the amount, so compound interest is a minus p, again it is this one minus this one, which will give you the compound interest as 492.25. therefore the compound interest on the given sum is, যেটা আমাদের চেয়েছিল, find the compound interest বলেছিল, okay, ওই যে compound interest বের করতে বলেছিল, so the compound interest is rupees 492.25. ডান, ইজি, কিছু নয়, শুধু একটাই ওটা, যেটা আমরা হোল টু দ্য পাওয়ার 3 নিয়ে কাজ চালিয়ে দিচ্ছিলাম, তাতে এখানে কি এরকম একই জিনিস 3টে আসতো, বাট এখানে আমার রেটটা আলাদা আলাদা আছে বলে উই আর জাস্ট পুটিং দিস অ্যাজ ডিফারেন্ট থিংস, ওকে। I hope you got it. An important sum, okay, this is a different one, কারণ এতক্ষণ আমরা যেগুলো করছিলাম those were direct, সে রেট আলাদা হচ্ছিল আর যাই হচ্ছিল, those were direct types, okay, বাট এবার একটু ঘোরানো আছে সামটা, এখানে আমাদেরকে প্রিন্সিপালটা বের করতে হবে, বাট ইট ইজ নট ডিফিকাল্ট, ওকে, ইউ উইল জাস্ট হ্যাভ টু বি কেয়ারফুল অ্যাবাউট ইট। আবার একই কথা, যা যা দেওয়া আছে ইউ উইল হ্যাভ টু লিস্ট দেম ডাউন ফার্স্ট। সো ফার্স্ট লেট আস সি দ্য কোয়েশ্চেন, হোয়াট দে আর সেইং, হোয়াট সাম ইনভেস্টেড ফর 1.5 years কম্পাউন্ডেড হাফ ইয়ারলি, এখানেও আমি হাফ ইয়ারলির কোয়েশ্চেনটাই চুজ করেছি। দেখো অ্যানুয়াল হলে রেট যা আছে তাই, টাইম যা আছে তাই, মানে এন তাই হবে, তো অ্যানুয়ালের কোয়েশ্চেনগুলো আই হ্যাভ স্কিপড দেম, ইউ উইল হ্যাভ টু ডু ইট অন ইউর ওন। আমি সেমি অ্যানুয়ালগুলো যতটা পেরেছি করে দিয়েছি, বিকজ ইন সেমি অ্যানুয়াল কোয়েশ্চেন্স অনলি ইউ আর গোয়িং টু মেক মিস্টেক্স, অ্যান্ড সেমি অ্যানুয়ালগুলো পরীক্ষায় আসে বেশিরভাগ, ওকে। সো হোয়াট ইজ দ্যাট দে সেইং, what are they saying, sorry, what sum invested for 1.5 years compounded half yearly at rate 4% per annum will amount to eto. So what do you get from this question? The time is given, the rate is given, and the amount is given. See, it is told that it will amount to eto. Many children think this is the principle. No, sum to jigesh kora hoyeche, it will amount. Question, you will have to read the question very properly, do not jump into the conclusion at once. So see, what is the solution? Given a certain sum is compounded half yearly, okay, this half yearly word is very important here. Let the sum be rupees p, okay, means the principal, it is not given in the question, so we are considering the principal as rupees p, x whatever you take will be accepted. Now the time is half 1.5 years, there here lies the funda, it is half yearly, So number of terms will be 1.5 into 2 because in 1.5 years দের বছরে কিন্তু আমাদের 3টে 6 মাসের টার্ম আসে, তার মানে this is 3. Okay, again in case of rate, the rate is 4% per annum, but my dear, it will be taken as 2% per half year because for 6 months you are not going to pay the interest for the whole year. Okay, you have got the time, that the n, you have got r, and in place of p, here it is given that the amount is 132651. Okay, whatever is given we will just put in the formula and we will just solve them. Okay, we know a equal to p into 1 plus r by 100 whole to the power n. Put whatever you have. You are given with a is 132651 rupees p, let it be like this only because we do not know this one. 1 plus 2 by 100 because r is 2 whole to the power 3. Okay, now this calculation, see this properly. First what we will do, we will solve this one and we will shift it to that side for getting the value of p. For all the sums where the sum will be asked to you, you will be doing it like this only. Okay, so see, this gives you 100 plus 2 by 100, that is 102 by 100 whole to the power 3. Okay, now how will it be shifted? Here 300s are there in the denominator, it will be multiplied, and here 302s are there which will come in the denominator. So I am reversing and writing that p equal to 132651, this is not going to leave its place, into 100 into 100 into 100 divided by 51 into 51 into 51. I hope you got it. Just shifting is done. Be careful here, see it properly. Okay, now I can see this hundreds and 102s will be cancelled. I could have cancelled it before also, whatever, nothing, no problem will be there. Now check, sometimes the p's are actually a good value. Okay, p, in case of all the sums you have seen that the principal is generally in terms of hundreds, thousands, in that only. So what I did, I first multiplied 51, 51 and 51 to check whether this gets cancelled or not. Sometimes this gets cancelled, so you also check it first. Okay, in various sums. So I found that 51 and 51 and 51 gives 132651 only. Yes, very easy. So this and this gets cancelled. No need of cutting these. Do not go into that mess. Okay, you just cancel it out properly. Now this everything gets cancelled, so 50 50 50 5 5 5 will give you 125 and 0 0 0 will come 0 0 0. Means I wanted to tell that only, that the p's are generally in good numbers, they do not come in decimals or something. So this p was only what the sum was. Means if I tell you that what is the thing that when 1,25,000 rupees is kept for 1.5 years at 4% interest being compounded half yearly, then it amounts to 132651. Okay, so this is the thing. Always be careful, this p should come less than this a. Sometimes some students put this p here. Okay, means they think this amount to be principal and they get a very massive value. Do not do that mistake. Okay, again I am repeating. So you are going to get this p as 125000. This p rupees was cancelled, so p has no unit here. Now we will have to write it properly. Thus the required sum, means the required principal, is rupees 125000 and the sum invested was this one. This is the answer. Done. So here you have learned 3 types of sums actually, but I can say that 3 types. First one is the direct one. Okay, next one is that of the successive rate, and now in this sum you learned how to find p when the amount is given. Okay, this one is very easy. When amount is given, finding p is not difficult. Sometimes finding p becomes difficult if the ci is given, but here ci is not given. Amount, you just put everything in the formula.